course. The reason I'm doing this class is just like I did the principles class for real estate. For people who want to become loan officers, what happens is you go through the class and it's so fast, it's hard to pick up all the material. So I'm going to be going slowly, somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes a day, as often as I can, to get through this book, the Loan Origination book. It's about this thick. Now, the book I'm going to be working out of was in the introduction to this, which is the video before, but I'll let you know it's Mortgage Lending, Principles and Practice, and the book is by Learn Mortgage, and you can go to learnmortgage.com. I don't endorse them. I don't do anything like that. I just believe that their book is one of the easiest to learn the mortgage information from. I'm not going to take a lot of questions that are off what we're working on, because I want to make sure we focus and get through this book. Now, once I finish this book, I'm going to go back to Real Estate Principles, because I think I ended somewhere around chapter 10 or 11. And the reason I do this is, okay, you do not get credit for watching my videos, but you do understand all the stuff that you need to know to pass the National Mortgage Test or the California real estate exam. Once I get through the mortgage one and then the rest of the California one, I'm going to start working on other states. So remember, if you want to be a mortgage loan originator, the test is a national exam. The other thing I want to mention to you guys, because you're short term on when you're watching a video, every time I teach a class, my assistant and my business partners say, oh my gosh, Sharon, the golden nuggets that you give to these people are phenomenal. So if you don't want to listen to like the introduction, or you already know a section that I'm teaching, just fast forward it. You can listen to me really fast to get to the place where you want to be, because there's always stuff in my videos that help you with your mortgage career as a loan officer or your career as a real estate agent, because I'm here to help you with both careers. I have over 30 years experience as a mortgage loan officer and over 35 to 40 years as a real estate broker, and as an investor, over 42 years. So I have the experience. You want to learn from somebody with experience. And like I say, if I'm doing this introduction and you want to go through it faster, just fast forward it. But if you're watching me live, obviously you can't fast forward it. So we're going to start with, when you take a live MLO class, when you're in for your 20-hour class, the first thing the instructor has to go through is the MLS rules of conduct. And through the rules of conduct, it talks about what you can and can't do when you're learning the mortgage loan origination information. Now, what you do have to know is you have to be a pretty good student, not just a good student, but you have to be a pretty good citizen. You can't have any past felonies. You can't have done money laundering or anything that you got a mugshot for. How about that? That's the easiest way to explain it. But during the rules of conduct, your instructor is going to read through. There's 9 rules of conduct that basically say that you have to pay attention to the class. And if you leave the class for too long, good morning. If you leave the class for too long, then they're not going to let you back in, because this is a 20-hour class and it is timed. And yes, if you're thinking, can I be a mortgage loan officer at the same time I'm a real estate agent? Absolutely. For some reason, people think that both of these jobs are part-time jobs or part-time careers, and maybe this is something they want to do when they retire. Well, first of all, I'll tell you, as a mortgage loan originator, I think it's the best career I could have ever fell into. And when people ask me which is better, it all depends on what you like to do. If you like to be out in the field and show homes, and if that's how you show the homes to your clients, maybe being a real estate agent is better. But if you like working with numbers and you like helping people secure home loans, then that's the other career that you could take. So let's just go on and jump on into it. And here we go. So first of all, in your class, you're going to go over the rules of conduct. And if you missed anything, just go ahead and rewatch it when we're done going live. And like I said, you could always fast forward the information that you don't want or need, but watch out, because we do have golden nuggets that come out of, it spews out of me. I don't do it on purpose, but every time I get off, somebody goes, oh my God, that was so good. And I'm like, okay, what was so good about it? So on the mortgage lending overview, I want to let you know that every time you start a new chapter, and there are 15 chapters to the 20-hour course, when you start a new chapter, they're going to do stuff that's really kind of boring that you don't want to pay attention to, because what they're going to teach you is what you're going to learn in the chapter. And that's kind of, to me, not well spent time, but they have to get you for 20 hours, so you might as well be there for 20 hours. So the first thing they're going to do on every chapter is go through what you're going to learn, and then they're going to give you key terms that you're going to learn. So I don't go over those because I want to jump right in and start teaching you what you're going to start learning. The interesting thing is on the 20-hour, they go through mortgage history and what happened in the past. On the national exam, no questions on the history, so don't worry about that. I do teach the mortgage loan exam prep, which is a national exam prep, and that started this week. So we started on Monday, and when we do this class, we do it once a month, and we do it from Monday through Thursday from 6 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. That's the mortgage exam prep. And then this weekend, we still do the real estate exam for California. If you're in another state, a lot of the stuff that I explain, because I explain it so clearly, real estate is real estate. But you're going to have some different rules and regulations in your different states. So taking our class could never hurt you. In fact, we've had people from Ohio and Tennessee pass their state exam for real estate by watching my videos and taking our class. So with that all said, if you fast forward to where we're beginning, good morning. We're beginning right here on concepts of the mortgage lending. So we're only going to get through somewhere between, like I said, 10 or 15 minutes every morning. I'm not going to do any more introductions. We're just going to jump right in. I'm going to try, I'll say good morning, but I can't take too many questions unless they're pertaining to what I'm teaching. And if you have a question that I need to answer in depth, put it in my chat. And then that way, when I come on, I can answer your question on the next video, which is great. So here we go. All right. So concepts of mortgage lending. So in the past decade, back in the day, I actually lived through the whole thing that happened where mortgage industry changed. So what originally happened was back in the day, I got a real estate license, and all you needed was a real estate license to become a mortgage loan originator. And that worked out really great for me because I got my real estate license in 1986. And that's when all you had to do is get a real estate license and go and work for a mortgage broker or a mortgage banker. Now, what you have to understand is you never had to have a real estate license, and you still don't have to have a mortgage license if you're working at a depository institution, which is a bank or a credit union. So I'm going to go on and talk a little bit about the history so that we can have a good class today and make sure that you learn something that's valuable and understand it. So in the past decade, the mortgage lending laws and regulations have increased dramatically, and enforcement of most mortgage laws and regulations have been transferred to the CFPB. So the CFPB is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The CFPB came out because of Dodd-Frank. So you have to know that Dodd-Frank started the CFPB. Now the CFPB is for not just mortgages, it's for all financial problems or issues that you may have. Maybe with your credit card company, maybe with your payday lender, maybe with the bank that you bank at, maybe with your mortgage company. Whatever it is, if it's a financial situation, you can put a complaint in with the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, because they're there not only for complaints, but they're there to teach you and educate you about what lenders can and cannot do. And if you put in a complaint, they will definitely investigate it, which is great. And it's relatively easy. You go to their website, Consumer Financial. I don't know if it's in the book, but it's Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They're pretty easy to find. And if you put in a complaint, it takes maybe 15 to 20 minutes to do that. And they get back to you right away. So that's the one good thing that came out of the change in the mortgage lending history. And so what ended up happening was they made it so all mortgage loan officers, except for the ones that work for depository institutions, had to get a license. And that license is take a 20-hour course, and then you take a national exam to get your license. However, they're going to do a background check just like your real estate license, and they're going to do a fingerprint. So fingerprints, background check, pretty intense, and you can't have any bad credit in the last 3 years. Now, when they talk about that, the last 3 years, depending on what it is, if it's medical problems or a medical collection account, they're not going to hold you accountable for something like that. But they will hold you accountable so that you understand that you have to understand finances, which they never taught anybody in school. So we used to have home economics in school, and now they really don't teach financial literacy in school. And that's why it's not that your parents didn't raise you right. It's not that you didn't understand buying a home. It's that, guess what? There was nothing in our school system that taught you what you need in the real life, which is understanding how you should save money so that when you're older, you'll have a deposit for your home. I don't know why I did it, but I was really into saving money. money so that when I was 18 years old, I had $20,000 to go ahead and buy my first property. And that's what I used to do pyramiding. And pyramiding is when you take the equity out of one house and buy the next house and the next house and the next house. So with the history and the guidelines that happened in the mortgage regulations, they really made it so that they could account for who is doing loans and who is doing real estate. So they want to make sure that people who do loans are accountable. Okay. So the importance of understanding the mortgage lending concepts. So as a student learning how to do mortgages and all the stuff that you're going to learn in the 20-hour course, you really have to understand that you have to keep up with everything. And real estate agents should be keeping up with information also. In fact, the Department of Real Estate has a monthly newsletter on their website that tells real estate agents what's going on and what they should look for. And in the mortgage business, we are constantly updated because things change faster in the mortgage industry, such as every January we have loan limit changes. So what they want you to know as they're going through the first couple of pages is that this is not a career that you just learn it and now you're doing it and you don't have to keep up with the information. You constantly have to keep up with what's going on in the mortgage industry. So I hope I gave you some tidbits of really good information to help you get started on your mortgage career. And if you're interested in either your mortgage career or becoming a real estate agent, I can help you with anything that you need to know. And if I don't know it, I'll find it out from the people that do know it. And as we're going through the laws and what's changing now with real estate, I will keep you posted on that. So if you already have your license, or if you have your real estate license and you're learning how to become a mortgage loan originator, you can actually do both. So always feel free to reach out to me. Give me some likes, please. I don't see any likes. I see 6 of you, but I don't see any likes. I need some likes, and I need some people spreading the information that I'm going to help you any way I can with either buying, selling, leasing, or getting a license in the real estate or mortgage career. Hope to see you soon. I'm going to try to get on a little bit every day so I can help you with some information. Have a great day, and hopefully you'll be with me tomorrow.